Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of We Are Legion Live. Tonight we have the very lovely and talented Presley Tennant.
Hear anything?
Cannot hear anything?
It's making a weird noise. Hold on, let me try to join on this. Give me 1 second. This is
okay.
Super weird right now. We're gonna get there, though.
Are you on your laptop?
Hold on. Let me close out of this. 1 second.
Okay. Okay, how's that now?
It's working now.
All right.
Sorry.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
No, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So why don't we start off and you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
All right. So my name is Presley Tennant. I'm an 18-year-old singer-songwriter from Northern California. I started singing when I was around 7 and was in a girl group by the time I was 10 years old, and that ended that girl group when I was around 13, and I decided to fully pursue music, and that led me to my journey on the Go of season 16, Team Kelly, and then really opened up my eyes to this whole country realm and made the switch, and now I'm pursuing a country career.
Okay. You got a little bit of an echo on your end, Presley. If you click on your audio, your cam mic button down there at the bottom, and check your audio, make sure that the echo cancellation is clicked on there.
Try that now. Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah. Okay. So tell us about your voice experience on The Voice.
The Voice was the most incredible experience I've ever had. I learned so much while I was on there. It was absolutely eye-opening. I was around such amazing people who were so very talented. And it was nice to be around people who love and appreciate the same thing as much as you do. It's just like a nice refresher. I mean, from my small little hometown, no one really does music out here. They do. It's just kind of like as a hobby, but it's not very career driven. Even like the school that I was at, everyone kind of did something, but it was not at the same level as like, oh, this is what we all want to do for the rest of our lives. It was like a few of us, and then we want to go on and do other things. And so being at The Voice and knowing that this is people's like careers and this is what they are aiming to do for the rest of their lives, it was so nice. And the amount of people who are on there getting to work with the band and getting to work with Kelly, and I don't know, it was just so humbling to be there. And with everything that I learned, I couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah, I'm an avid watcher of The Voice myself, and I remember that season, and it was a very competitive season, and a lot of talented folks on there. So you got to work with Kelly. Obviously, that was one you were kind of looking forward to working with. How was it working with Kelly Clarkson?
Working with Kelly was like a dream come true. I mean, she had been my idol since I first started singing when I was 7. She was my first concert ever. I would sing her songs like Breakaway on like this like American Idol like PlayStation game that we used to have, and that was the only song that I would sing. And then she was my first concert, and then I got to sing with her on my 17th birthday. She invited me out to Vegas to perform at her show, and so she's one of the most amazing women I've ever met. So genuine, so kind, so talented, and she taught me a lot. I'm very grateful. Yeah.
That's good. I forgot, who was the celebrity coach that came on for everybody that season?
We didn't get to have a celebrity coach, like a main one for everybody. Each team had their own, but we didn't get to have like the one big one.
Okay, well that makes sense why I don't remember that. So, what have you been doing these past couple? Well, really the past years since during the pandemic to try to keep busy.
Um, just doing can't talk. Been doing a lot of virtual concerts. Been flying back and forth between Nashville and California. Working on the whole back end part of everything. So during this time, while we can't perform and we can't go out and can't be in large groups, just kind of doing like the small little things, like getting all my music together, writing, recording, making sure all the projects that I want are completely finished and solidified with who I am as an artist. And so I've been doing a lot of those different interviews. Just been doing all the little background work, which is it's nice because it's able, as soon as everything's kind of lifted, we can just jump right back into where we left off.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have noticed that from your Instagram and stuff that you've been taking advantage of doing the live streams. And I know it's probably not what you want as an artist because you want to have the crowd there in front of you. You want to be able to feel the emotion from the crowd and things like that. Speaking of which, you think your voice experience would have been a lot much different if you would have been on this season where they didn't have a crowd and you're just singing to the judges?
Oh, 100%. It's so weird because I don't know. I feel more comfortable when there's like more people, and like if you don't know them, because it's like if it's people you know or it's like a small crowd, you're like more open to like, oh, they can like really criticize you and like get deep into the bones of everything. But also at the same time, I feel like if you go into it knowing that you're gonna have fun and whatever happens, as long as you work hard for it, it's supposed to happen. And so I feel like it would have definitely been a switch from when I did it to now, like just thinking about it. But I don't know. I feel like I'd still go in with the same mentality.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people that I've talked to, they do the live streams out of necessity, but they really don't care much for the live streams because all you're doing is singing to a camera instead of singing to an audience. And I've talked to a few, and I was said, well, why don't you try doing your shows on like Zoom, where you can have at least multiple people on the screen with you to view and you can kind of get a sense of what's going on and basically have a crowd. But I also told them to take advantage of these live streams because it is a smaller audience. You can try things out that you normally wouldn't do in a big show. And if it works in the smaller shows, then you can incorporate it into your bigger shows later. Yeah, it's definitely a tool. And it keeps your face and your name out there in front of people during this time. And as much as people would rather be going to the live shows, they really appreciate those live streams and stuff to be able to connect with the artist. And it does give you a little bit better chance to connect on a more personal level with the artist.
Oh, 100%. I feel like it's another way to connect to the outside world, even though you don't get to see them like face to face in person. But it allows you to have that connection and still get a little glimpse of what was supposed to happen, I guess, in that sense. But definitely missing live shows. It's still not the same thing going from live stream to in person. I mean, part of performing is feeling the atmosphere of everyone being around, and everyone like all there for the same thing, all to enjoy the show, honestly. And so it's not quite the same feel, and it's like not like when you go on live streams and like if someone wants to clap, they do like a little like signified button and they give like the emojis that like do this hand thing.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts with everything, but it definitely is it's a switch.
Yeah, well, even on here, when I have artists play on here, when the song's done, I really don't know what to do. I'm like, it was great. I mean, but I don't want to like golf clap, you know. And so,
that's when the snaps come out.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I'm like, yeah, it was great, and the comments all thought it was great. So, yeah. Being out in California, I know you guys have a lot more stricter policies and stuff out there, so there really wasn't much of a chance to get out. about a month or so, I talked to another artist that was out there, Peyton Howie.
No, I love
Uh,
Peyton.
yeah, Peyton. I joke around with her all the time on Instagram. She actually moved to Texas to be able to perform more, and she's been getting out and doing some stuff like that. And of course, she's traveling back and forth between Texas and Nashville, but she's been to Colorado. She's played in Missouri and places like that, just to get more opportunities. And Yeah, but again, I was talking again. Someone else that I know you know, Chloe Caroline.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's been spending a lot of time in Nashville lately. She's getting her EP's getting ready to drop very soon. Matter of fact, I saw the shipment order for it today because I pre-ordered the package that she had, merch. Um, but yeah, I buy merch and stuff from all the artists that are on the show, and I'll wear their stuff during the show. So yeah, so there'll come a point in the show where I'll let you tell everybody your merch sites and stuff, and I'll get some stuff ordered from you too.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I like to support the artists that come on and support the show. All right, pandemic hopefully is winding down. We got vaccines and stuff now. I'm really looking not so much in the spring, but more towards June, July, August, things starting to pick back up. Do you have any plans for that point in time to get out there and go hit up shows or
That
any
is
festivals?
that is the plan as of right now. We are looking at doing a few shows when I go out to Nashville within these next couple of months. Everything is still kind of up in the air with COVID and stuff like that. Still want to keep everybody safe, but little by little, there's more shows that keep coming in talks, and then more shows that we keep booking. And so I don't know all the dates off of hand right now, but I know there's a few coming up very soon that if you guys follow me on Instagram, I will definitely be posting everything on there, which I'm super excited about, just to kind of get back to a chance of normalcy while still being safe.
Okay. Do you have any like an EP or anything that's going to be coming out anytime soon?
I have a song that I'm releasing January 15th, so in
Oh,
10 days, which I'm super excited about. It's called It's Always You, and I wrote that with a phenomenal lady named Deborah Allen, and that was produced by Buddy Hyatt and Chuck Rhodes. And the song is about kind of finding someone that you really connect with, and that I feel like everyone kind of knows the saying, but it's like the right person, wrong time. And so I feel like that's like a way to portray the song. Like it's always you, no matter who it is, no matter who else I'm with, like it's always gonna be you. You're my person type of thing. And so I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm just super excited for everyone to hear it. It's definitely on a little bit of like the slower ballady side that I feel like everyone can relate to it.
do you have a pre-sale or a pre-order for that going
Uh,
on?
Coming out very soon.
Okay.
Love
Well,
the thing coming out.
definitely tag me in it so I can get it put out to everybody
Sounds good.
about that. I love getting those pre-orders out there because I know it really helps you guys get on playlists and things like that. Also, if you want, I got a couple playlists. I'll definitely get it on, and I got a few other people
You're
that can add you
frozen.
to some. I'm frozen. Internet kind of. Oh, she'll come back.
We're back.
Okay, yeah, it's one of the casualties of doing live streaming. You're subject to the internet, but yeah, as I was saying, I love getting those out there because I know those pre-saves or pre-orders really help you guys get on playlist, and we'll see if we can't get it on a lot of playlists to get you some streams out there. Also, I know you don't do a whole lot of work on Twitter as of yet. You're missing out on a huge opportunity, by the way. Uh, I'll send you a matter of fact. I'll do it right now. I will send you a request on Twitter,
Sounds good. I'm getting better at Twitter.
and
I'm learning Twitter and Facebook. I would say those
all
are not
right,
my strong suits.
okay. Facebook. I'm still kind of getting that. too. And but I think, as you will see, that I probably have the Twitter thing down. But what I do on there is have a I run a daily stream where everybody drops their links in there, and it lets you connect with other artists and stuff from all different genres all over the world.
Oh, that's awesome.
And right now we got about 17,600 and some artists that are all at different times throw their stuff in there, and yeah, and also I've started up an Artist of the Day now, which is I've only been running it since the 2nd, and it's going rather well. It's starting to pick up. People are starting to catch on what I'm trying to do with that. And
that's awesome. No, I definitely will follow back once I figure out how to do Twitter, and I will follow back right after this interview is over.
Yeah, because if you need any help with that, matter of fact, here soon my phone is acting dumb. There we go. I sent the follow request, and there's a couple others that'll be sending you requests as well. I'm sure that if you follow. That they're actually over here in the chat right now. They will help you out tremendously. So if you have any questions about Twitter, they can help you out on there. And but definitely, just going in there once a day and dropping your link in that stream that I run every day. You're gonna see a lot more people picking up and listening to what you got. So, while we're talking about that, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you on all these social media sites, and tell them about your website.
So all my social media is at Presley Tennant. So PresleyTennant. I think the only one that's different is Facebook, and that's Presley Tennant Official. And then, my website is PresleyTennant.com. And there you can find pretty much everything. It's all linked up. So you would just want to find somewhere that goes to one place and then distributes out there. I would put it on the website. Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty much like your link tree. Do you have merch available on your
site? I don't have it on my website, but we are putting it up very soon. Otherwise, we have it all down, or we have it all made and stuff like that. But that's normally for like when I'm performing, we have it out there. But it's been a while, so no, it definitely gets it up on the website.
Okay, and just some little helpful hints when you do put it out there on the website. You see behind me, I got a whole bunch of pictures and stuff from artists that are signed and stuff. Mm-hmm. Even if you just print those out on a piece of paper and send those and sell them, you could sell those for like $5 for an unsigned one, $10 for a signed one, or whatever you decide to send those out. And an idea that I actually got from another podcaster when I was doing his podcast was there were bands that are over in the UK that are doing their lyric sheets and signing lyric sheets.
That's smart.
And people were buying their lyric sheets. And so just little ideas to have on there just to create a little extra revenue stream for you.
That's awesome. I would never would have thought of that. That's so cool, though.
Yeah, I didn't think of it either. And when he told me that, I was like, I'm going to tell everybody that's on my show about that, because I haven't heard of that yet.
Oh, no. Coming back. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell everybody that was going to be on the show. I mean, anything that little things like that I can do to help out everybody is 100%. But yeah, definitely hit me up or have Paula email me whenever you're getting ready to drop music or you're getting ready to put up your merch on your site. I'll definitely get that tweeted out. I'll definitely get it on Instagram. Anything like that. Just tag me in the post on Instagram and stuff, and like I did tonight, I'll just repost it. And don't worry, I don't take credit for any of it. It's all through repost, and it gives you full credit for it. I wish I had time to be creative and do all that, but I got a lot going on, and I try to help out as many people as possible. So, you said you've been making a lot of trips to Nashville. Have you got to do any shows while you've been in Nashville? Get to play any venues?
Um, Not really, not yet. We've had a few that were in the works, but then last minute were paused or postponed because
Mm.
of COVID and things like that. But I'm supposed to be doing one very soon, a showcase. Not this trip, but I believe the next trip when I go out there. So I'm going out on the 19th or the 20th, and I'm there for a little bit. And then I will be there again probably within the next month after that. And so there's probably going to be something in between there.
Okay. So you mentioned Kelly Clarkson earlier, but what are some of your other earliest musical influences?
I mean, in that sense, it all kind of differs between genre to genre. But for country, the ones that I really grew up with were Miranda Lambert and Carrie Underwood. I will say those are my two female powerhouses that I've listened to ever since I could remember. Um, but before it'd be like Aretha Franklin, Etta James, very soul powerhouse females. That is what I've noticed that I gravitated toward. But in the country realm, I would say Luke Combs, George Strait, Chris Stapleton, just kind of a mixture of everybody. Ingrid Andress, Gabby Barrett. I feel like more modern country is what I gravitate towards in this sense of time, just because I can, but while still having like that little like background of like old country kind of feel.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense, but in my mind it does.
it does. It really does. Well, to me at least, anyways. I know what you're talking about because I grew up in what you're considering old country. That's what I grew up listening to, and then I've watched it transform from, well, people consider it like the 80s and 90s like the golden era of country music. So that's when I grew up, and then I've watched it transition into the early 2000s to what it is now, to where it's more of, it's not so much just country music, it's pretty much genreless music.
Yeah.
Because you add some pop to it, you've added hip hop in there on some, and it's just basically becoming music, and it's a very exciting thing for me to watch because I'm a lover of music in general, and to see all the different elements come together is really impressive. And what some people have done is just outstanding. I mean, as you can tell, what was it with Billy Ray Cyrus, Old Town Road? Who?
Yep, and like Lil Nas X or something like that.
Yeah, Little Nas X. I mean, that was number one for how long? And
long.
Yeah, it was almost an entire year, and and that's.
Again.
She'll be back in a second. Anybody over here in the comments got any questions besides why Susan is leaving us until we can get Presley back? She is mainly a modern country, more of the pop country type, but she does have some older well, older for her type country, like early 2000s type in there that she does. You should really listen to some of it. She's pretty good. She was on The Voice, Mike, and did fairly well. And she's back.
So sorry. It kicked me out of it, and I was like, what is going on?
You know, it's just the internet. I was sitting here one night doing a show with somebody, and it kicked us both out.
Oh.
And then they came back, but I didn't come back. I had to transfer over to my phone and do the whole show from my phone. But it just, like I said, it happens when you do live internet. So, but that's the way we like it around here. We like it a little bit unpredictable, and we like to have it just laid back and chill, because it makes you all feel as comfortable, and that we don't have to worry about any big time edits or anything like that. So I'm actually hoping to be able to make it to Nashville several times this year, because I know I got tons of artists that I promote that work out of there, mostly female artists, because I'm a big proponent of equal play for women on country radio. You mentioned Carrie Underwood and Miranda Lambert. Love those ladies to death, don't get me wrong, but there's more ladies in country than just those two.
Oh, 100%.
And if you listen to a regular country radio, you listen to a regular country radio station, that's all you hear is Kelly and Miranda and Carrie, and they'll sprinkle maybe an Andrews in some ways, or
like Maren Morris and Kelsey Ballard.
Yeah, Maren Morris. Yeah, some of those
artists that are making their name known more and more, because I feel like country is a very male-dominated genre, and it stay in time as of right now, but little by little, within these times where up and coming country artists are coming up, there are more females being shown light to.
There's just so many amazing. I mean, just the ones that have been on my show here. I've had Stephanie Ryan on my show. I've had Sarah Faith, Aaron Cosgrove, S.J. McDonald. Peyton's been on the show. And Molly Lovett's been on the show, and they're just all phenomenal artists. And I could name probably 50 to 100 more that I know about that just I haven't had time to get on the show. But I'm a big fan of like the Song Suffragettes. I try to catch their show every Monday. And there's just some very phenomenal female talent out there in country, and just the way things are, that they're just not being heard right now, and I'm trying to help change that for you all, because you guys, number of and talent wise right now, there's a lot more up and coming female artists than there are male in the country music genre. Not to say that the fellas don't have their own out there, but for every one of them, that seems like there's 3 female artists that I can name for every male artist that are coming up. So we definitely need to get that changed to where a lot more of you are being heard on the radio, and that's why most of my people that I have on my show have been female artists. Just so more people can get to know them more and start checking out their stuff. And maybe if we can get more people doing that, then maybe we get more pressure to get some more airplay for you all. So right now, you can pick one artist to open for at any venue in the country. Which one are you picking?
Oh, I can't choose that. That is like, what?
I love putting people on the spot just once. It's all right. It's all in fun. We won't hold you to it.
Honestly, I would probably say Chris Stapleton because I admire the soul that he has in this voice, and he's truly like a storyteller. Even not even just through his lyrics, but through his voice, and you can tell um, with each and every lyric and how it's portrayed as like somebody who's very like musically like vocally involved. It's something really cool to listen to and like hear all the technical aspects and like the grasp and the grit and the clean and the soft. I don't know, like all the dynamics that change throughout the song. I admire that so much. As well as he is a phenomenal musician. On top of that, that just obviously, he's Chris
Yeah.
Stapleton. So I would have to say him.
Okay, where you guys? What venue you playing at?
Oh, I have no idea. I can name so many. I will say the one of mine that I really would love to play at just would be just the Grand Ole Opry.
That's
I've been there one time and I took a tour of it, and I will say that the energy that I got as soon as I took like one step through the door, it was absolutely insane. There was so much history there, and the fact that it even has like the circle of like the flooring right in the middle. It was just so cool just to stand on there and be like, this is like where history of country music like began, type of thing.
well, yeah. I mean, and to be honest, if I saw tickets for Presley Tennant and Chris Stapleton at the Ryman, I'm buying tickets. So uh, that would be a show I'd love to see. I mean, there's I could completely understand about the Opry being a country artist. That it's probably the single most important building in country music.
Oh, 100.
Uh,
And
uh,
being like a member of the Grand Ole Opry would be a dream come true.
yeah. So you've been there. Have you got to play the Opry yet?
I have not.
Uh,
That is the goal. I took a tour backstage. It was just one day, like my mom and I were like down the street, and we were like, you know what, like let's just go take a tour real quick. And then we got to walk like out like the dressing rooms are, and like how they have like all the plaques with everybody who's like an Opry member,
mhm.
member of the Opry, and all their names are on it, and like the stories of how they got it. I don't know. It's just like the energy there is so magical, and I can't even imagine how it is at the actual like at the Ryman Auditorium and see how it actually is
Mhm.
there, because that's where it technically originally all started.
Mhm. Yeah, and yeah, I'm. I could just imagine the energy from to be on the stage there to play even when they were doing the Circle Unbroken, just doing the live streams from the Opry with only a couple artists on the Saturdays.
Yeah,
Uh, be, because I mean they've done a show every Saturday night since the 30s,
yeah,
and it's not stopped, and that was quite nice. And I have satellite radio, so I can catch it. They play it on Willie's Roadhouse on there every Saturday night, so I get to catch the opera shows. But yeah, there's no shame at all in picking that venue.
yeah.
Um, so I know you want to get back out on the road once the pandemic is done and they're letting people come back out. What are some of your other goals for the remainder of 21 and beyond?
I'm working on an EP right now. As and I'm super excited about that. I have most music done, but I'm going back out there to kind of finish or finalize and finish some more things and make a few switches if I need to. If I just want to make sure that everything's kind of like exactly where I want it to be. But I've been working also very closely with this foundation called the SOS Foundation, and we are doing a bunch of virtual concerts. We just had a Christmas one, as well as we do live streams and stuff like that every Tuesday. And so it kind of allows it. I don't know. It just I feel like that's such a great influence, especially during these times. And I'm very fortunate to work with them and be very close um, with the organization. And so we have a few things planned out for it this year. As long as COVID dies down, then we have a few shows out in Nashville. And we have like um, Wow, I'm like totally blanking right now. I can't even think of the word. We have like a celebrity show basically where we're going to be awarding celebrities for like the perseverance and allowing, like, sharing their stories and inspiring others to keep going on throughout their lives. If For anyone who's watching, SOS is a foundation that was created to help at-risk youth who are going through different things such as like depression, anxiety, substance abuse, bullying, cyberbullying, peer pressure, anything that you can really think of. We're the outlet that was created to help those who are going through it and to let them know that they have a voice and that they aren't alone and that we want to hear their story. Um, and so I feel like that's been keeping like my time busy as well during these the past year during COVID. But I'm very fortunate because I've met so many incredible artists who are also ambassadors for the foundation, and we do a bunch of different things like donations and stuff like that, where we raise money to help those who can't afford like different therapy sessions. Um, and so I feel like that's where a lot of my time has been this past year, and I know is going to be going towards this new year as well. On top of my music and trying to perform and getting music done and different content coming out, like music videos and things like that. So I guess just be on the lookout for what's to come this year.
Actually, I was gonna say that talk about that your SOS Foundation. That is really important work, and I appreciate you doing that, especially now during the pandemic, where people have been more isolated and it's causing more mental health issues and things like that. People, especially the underprivileged, need some kind of outlet to know that they're not alone and there's someone there. And I applaud you and all the other ambassadors. That's really important work, and keep doing that. That's great.
Thank you, thank you.
I can't appreciate you enough for that. So you said you're going to be doing some videos. Do you have any videos planned? Shooting videos before the pandemic ends, or you got anything lined up on that front?
I am shooting a video actually very soon. Not only for this song that's coming out for It's Always You, but another one right after that, and that should be coming out fairly quick, I feel like, during at least the springtime, following It's Always You, and I'm super excited about that song. And yeah, I can't give too many details, but I'm super excited for
Yeah,
it.
don't give away too many details. I'm kind of tricky like that. Ask leading questions and try to get a little bit of a scoop, but that's all right. Yeah, I don't want you to give too much away. I want people to go check it out for themselves when it comes out. Uh, so, did you want to play any music tonight?
Yeah, I definitely could. I would be playing it on guitar, but I broke my hand, so I can't right now. But I
Okay,
would definitely play a track, and I can sing a little bit.
okay,
Let me know,
absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic and let you take it away.
let me know if you can hear this. Can you hear it? All-American All-Star team. What's it like when homecoming king? Crying for his ears. Falling for his ears. Got your Chevy back in my drive. Looking up into the passenger side. Falling for his ears. Wanna see you every night. No expectations, no everything. People know faces going, racing headfirst to a long slow kiss. Stay up all night to watch the sunrise, settling your hair, salt on your lips. Seasons change and summer fades away. So from the start, you couldn't take that I would trade these memories. Even if it's just temporary. Often turning up the warning signs, telling flags in the blink of an eye. I got an empty, trying to swim low to sea. Turn back now. We're just gonna have to figure it out. Wish falling for you wasn't so easy. Cause feeling now don't believe it. We both know where this is going. Racing head first too long, so good. Stay up all night to watch the sunrise. Stand up in your hair, salt on your lips. Seasons changing, summer fades away. But from the start, you couldn't take but I would trade the memories. Even if it's bittersweet, even if that's deep and nothing lasts forever. Yes, it's for the better. We both know where this is going. Racing head first too long, so good. Stay up all night to watch the sunrise. Settle in your hair, suck on your lips. Seasons changing, summer fades away. From the start, you couldn't think but I would trade these memories. That is Temporary, which I released a little bit ago.
Outstanding. That was great.
Thank you.
So you mentioned it before the song, so now I gotta ask, how did you break your hand?
I broke it snowboarding.
Yeah.
I just got a cool snowboard for Christmas. And I was so excited to take it out, and then I broke it, and I was like, all right. Hey, the doctor said if I still wanted to go out, it's casted up, probably won't break it again. So I might have to take my chances.
I hear you. I've had a few snowboarding accidents myself in my day. So how bad did you break? Did you just like fracture a bone, or did it?
I fractured like my radius, so it was like almost all the way through. But but he didn't have to like put it back into place. He was like, "You got very lucky. You don't need like a surgery. You don't need to like put it back into place at all." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, the Lord was looking out for me."
I broke the fourth metacarpal in my hand, right behind my pinky, and it didn't have to be reset. But when it healed, it actually made my pinky on my right hand just a little bit shorter than the one on my left hand. So,
wow.
But that was just because the bone refusing back together and healing that crack. But yeah, it's breaking your hand is a fracture is just more irritating than it is anything else. Yeah. Because you can still use your hand and you feel like you can do it, but then the pain sets in and I know exactly.
When it happened, it did not hurt. It like it wasn't bad. I got right back up, went down the mountain, and I like sat down. I was like, hey, like this kind of hurts. Maybe I just sprained it or something. And then I sat there and I like started to see like a bump form like right here, and I was like, oh, this feels like tissue. It's soft. It's all right. So I was gonna go to CVS, and so I took my boyfriend's truck, and I was like, hey, like I'm gonna go to CVS real quick and like just get like an ace bandage and some Advil. So I went there and I asked the girl, and I was like, hey, like should I get like a splint or like an ace bandage? What do you think I should get? And she's like, let me see your hand. So I showed her. And she was like, oh, you need to go to the ER. That looks broke right now. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was going to go return my snowboard, get some skis, because that's what I really know how to do. So I was in the ER that day. It was a good time.
When I did mine, I just thought I jammed my finger.
Exactly.
And I'm sitting there trying to pull it back out and stuff. And I did it on
put it back into place when that happened.
And I did it on a Friday, and I went all weekend. And then Monday morning, I woke up to get ready for school, and my hand was about that much thicker than it normal was. And my mom was like, "You're going to the ER." It's like, yeah, it might be a good idea. But it was just more irritating. And of course, I did it 2 weeks before graduation when I was in high school. So I took the splint off when I went across the stage for graduation, and the principal, when he shook my hand,
That one.
reached down on it, and I was like, oh. But yeah, so
Hey,
yeah, I know how that goes.
I will say the most annoying part, I could deal with the pain, but the most annoying part is dealing with the actual cast. I can't itch my hand at all. It feels so gross, but I get it off on the 12th, most likely. As long as it's healed for the most part, and then I'm in a splint for a couple weeks after that, which isn't that
See,
bad.
I was lucky. I got put in a splint with an ace bandage, so whenever I felt like I just take it off, and maybe that's why it didn't heal correctly. It happens. I mean, because it does get annoying and stuff when you do that. And
Yeah.
Don't want to. I guess it's not really that late out there where you are, but it's starting to get later here in some of our viewers. Is there anything that you would like to tell the people that are watching now and people that are going to be watching?
I guess just make sure to follow all my social media, which is at Presley Tennant. And just stay tuned. There's so many exciting things coming up, and I am super excited for you guys to finally see everything that I have in the works. Yeah, I feel like that's about it.
Okay, well, definitely make sure you follow me back on Twitter, and I'll give you I'll DM you a couple of names of other people that'll probably be following you too that I want you to follow back because they're really big supporters, and they will help you get your stuff out there as well. And if you have any questions, they're all super great. They will answer any of your questions on Twitter that you might have, and we'll get that out there for you. Definitely, if you're going to be dropping new music, let me know. Tag me in anything for pre-sales, and I'll get it posted out there. If you want to come back on the show because you're getting ready to drop your EP or you got a video or something that's coming out, you know how to get a hold of me. Have Paula email me, or you can DM me, however you want to do it. And you're more than welcome to come back anytime. Thank you so very much for coming on the show. And I'm looking forward to seeing all your new stuff coming out.
Thank you.
Here very soon, and hopefully I can get out on the road and this pandemic and stuff can get over, and I can come because I'm a little bit closer to Nashville than I am to California, so can come down and catch you when you're in Nashville sometime. Catch a show.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe we could just catch up and maybe do a live show while you're there, where we're actually in the same room, which would be really awesome. I can't wait to be able to do those. But again, thank you very much. Thank everybody in the audience who watched tonight, and make sure you go follow Presley on all our sites and stream that music. And I'll be letting you all know when the new stuff's coming out.
Perfect. Thank you so much again for having me.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for being on the show, and I hope we'll talk again soon.
100%. Have a good one.
You too. All right. Yes, thank you, Susan, for reminding. Make sure everybody that's here goes out, hits the like button. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you know when the shows are. Because I'm kind of all over the place here lately. I work around the artist's schedule, and we're not always on regularly on Wednesday nights like this week. My Wednesday night person dropped out, but we had tonight. We are going to have another one on Thursday night. I seen him in here earlier. He was in the chat, but I don't know if he's still here or not. He's got a very interesting story that we're going to be talking about on Thursday. You don't want to miss that episode. And then next week we got People of the Parallel, I believe, on Monday. And next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, in the afternoon, we got Tough on Fridays coming up. So that's very cool. So we got a lot of cool people coming up here. DJ Melody, thank you, Pinky. He has a great story that he's going to tell on Thursday, and we're going to give him his platform to be able to share his story, and you definitely all do not want to miss that. Yeah, I will definitely, Mike. I'll always make sure that you get a link. I sent the link, or I told everybody on the group, but I'll go ahead and send out the link to you to your own DM, because I know, especially with me tagging you every day, you've been getting tons and tons of DMs every day. But yeah, we got some really great people coming up. I'm still scheduling some people. I know in a couple weeks. I know we have another female country artist, Taylor Teasley's coming up. We have the Metal Birds coming up as well later on towards the end of the month. I think that's the schedule right now. But like I said, I'm still scheduling people all the time to be on the show. The dailies, the artist of the day has been going really well. I am rather disappointed though, because I'm still seeing a lot more likes, but not the retweets. I'd like the number of likes and the number of retweets to be the same number. It's not that, doesn't take that much effort to go ahead and hit the retweet after you hit the like button to support the other artist. And I'd expect them to do the same thing when it becomes your day to get those likes and retweets out there. And my goal is to make indie artists viral for a day. I mean, I know we just started, but Mike was the first one to go, and we had some pretty impressive results with his artist of the day. And we did Trissette, who had some very good results. I haven't looked at I know I'm not specifically talking to you, Mike. I'm talking to anybody else that might be listening who might not be retweeting. Just obviously everybody that's